Alafiani, Kale. It's late at night. This is the Yellow Shapet to be Ola Omi Akala Tunde, and this is got to be Oshun Television. I was in the process of watching The Business of Being Born tonight. Haven't seen it before. This is my first time seeing it. I don't watch a lot of television or a lot of movies because most of them don't uplift me and don't bring me joy. So even when a movie comes out that sounds like it's about something that I may agree with, it takes me a long time to get around to it. So I know the movie's been out for a while and I've heard good things about it, in my circles. So I always intended to watch it, but I didn't get around to it until tonight. And I still actually haven't completed it. But it brought up some very interesting points that I think need to be discussed, and that's not even honest. I know that they need to be discussed. People ask me, and women ask me constantly. Women ask me all the time, how are you able to be so confident? How are you able to be so sure of yourself? How are you able to know, that you're doing the right thing and that you're making the right moves? Well, first of all, I was raised to be confident. All praise and honor to my mother, Lalita Fields Morgan, who is now in the ancestral realm, still raising me from there. I give thanks. And she was raised to be confident. So you have to raise a confident child. That's number one. You have to be told that you're smart and that you're beautiful and that you are not only good enough, but you are better than, and you're the best. Second of all, I do not acquiesce my power with ease. So I was a difficult child to raise because I do not acquiesce my power with ease. If you tell me to do something, then I'm going to have to understand why this is what I should be doing. If not, I may or may not do it. I gave my mother hell growing up. And my parents divorced when I was 2. And my mother always said to me, if there was any child I should have stayed married for, it is you. Because you need the firm hand of a man, you know. And I mean, y'all know how I feel about that. I don't think that men necessarily have a firm hand that's got abusive undertones to it. But I'm just being honest about me and my character. So I don't acquiesce my power easily. So what I'm making the video to say is, women, what are you doing? How is it possible that you are giving your power away with such ease? And you give it away with such ease that you then have to sit around and pretend that giving your power away is stylish and that giving your power away is empowering. It's not empowering to give your power away. It's not. Once you give someone else power over your body, once you give someone else power over your womb and the lives that you are capable of bringing into this world, you have not been empowered by that decision. You have been disempowered. Your power is being taken away. It's not even being taken away, you're wholesale giving it away. So let's get here to the meat of the topic that I'm speaking about. I'm speaking about birth here. I'm speaking about pregnancy. I'm speaking about the ability to be the only human vessel that brings life to this plane. That's what it means to be a woman. This is why we've been worshipped since being human began. This is why our counsel has been sought. This is why the supreme being was always seen and known to be a mother goddess. As you bring life to the plane, you bring life. What's above that? Nothing is above that. Life is everything that we see around us. Everything that we see around us comes from a womb. Do you see trees surrendering their wombs? Do you see cats and dogs willfully surrendering their womb, just giving their womb over to somebody else. You don't see that happening because every other being on the planet, every other being in the womb universe understands the importance of it. But human women are being made to believe that our womb and our ability to conceive is a liability. Conception is a liability. That's not even possible. That's not even possible. Conception is totally and completely divine. To be able to conceive is divine. We have to begin by taking control of our sexuality. Once you take control of your sexuality, once you take it out of the hands of mass media, because your sexuality is not pornography, it is not pornographic. Your sexuality is healthy and divine. So you must take your sexuality willfully and physically, you must wrench it from the hands of mass media and take it into your own hands. Once you take your sexuality into your own hands, you won't be conceiving so-called unwanted children because you won't be placing yourself in the position to do so. Once you have given over power of your sexuality, you're putting yourself already in harm's way. There is no greater power in the universe. Life force is passion. Life force is ecstasy. Life force is bliss. So when you give over your ecstasy, your bliss, your sexuality, and you agree that it's a toy, that is something to be played with, that is not something to be taken seriously, you have put yourself in harm's way. So this is how you come to what you think is having conceived something that is unwanted. And so then begins an assault on your womb. So that is from that perspective. The ability to conceive is not a liability. Women, please stop looking at yourself like this. Your sexuality is not a plaything. It is the most divine thing in the womb universe. It is the origin of all things, both divine, both seen and unseen. That is where it originates, in feminine, female sexuality. Study the spirituality of any indigenous people and they will completely validate what I'm saying. Feminine sexuality is the origin of everything. Feminine ecstasy, feminine bliss is the origin of everything. Don't give over your power. If you don't give over your sexual power, if you don't fall into the mass media pretense that it's something to play with and it's just something to shake at everybody and it's just something to allow anybody into, whether or not you are feeling like you want to unite with this person, it's cute and it's fun and let's just unite. Once you stop doing that, then any conception that you have, you will be able to feel the divinity of it. That is the spirit in which conception is to be taking place. Am I sitting here saying that conception has always taken place that way for me? That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that is the way it should be. And that is what is divine. That is where our power lies. Don't give your power over easily. Don't acquiesce your power. Don't just give it up. Every child that you bear, every birth that you experience pushes you towards goddesshood in a much more intense way. There's no shortcut. You have to go through the experience. What will any person who is a weightlifter or a bodybuilder tell you? No pain, no gain. So with the greatest pain is what? The greatest gain. So yes, I'm confident. I've pushed 6 people. I've pushed 5 people out of my body and had one cut out with no anesthesia. So am I confident? Hell yeah. I know I can do anything. But that's yours too. That's how every woman is supposed to feel. It's your birthright to feel that. Once you have gone to or room and gotten the ori of your child and put it into that body and then push that body out of yourself, no one will be able to tell you what you can and cannot do. So you want to ask someone like me, what is the real reason that all of these hospital births are cesarean births? It's because they want your power. They want to take your power and use it for their own purposes. What is used to sell anything? A half-naked picture of a woman. Because there's no power greater than female sexuality. It draws everybody's eyes. Oh, it's a half-naked woman. Everybody looks, everybody's attracted, everybody wants to know what that is talking about. But you won't use your own power to build yourself. You won't use your own power to build your own empire. You will wholesale give it away to someone else to use. You will sell it to the highest bidder. And then you expect that you can somehow be confident, and you expect that then you can somehow manifest a beautiful, pure, powerful life. You can't. Stop giving your power away. Have the conception experience. First of all, have the sexual experience that you want to have. And if it's not the experience that you want to have, don't have it. That is such, I won't even call it birth control. But taking full control of your conception and of how many children you're going to have is in your hands. If you don't want to have sex, don't have sex. If the experience is not totally and completely what you want it to be and you are not over the moon, don't do it. Your womb, your vagina, your clitoris will never lie to you. What reason would they have to lie? Your eyes, your ears, your nose will never lie to you. Your skin, the nerve endings in your skin will never lie to you. So if the experience is not exactly what you want it to be, if it's not feeling ecstatic and blissful, you're not supposed to be having it. So stop. Don't do that. Take control of your sexuality, because your passion is your power. That's the root of your power. Begin there. Once you've taken control of your sexuality, take control of your conception. Don't allow anyone to tell you that because it is 2012 that you cannot push a baby out of your body. That is the most ignorant thing that I've ever heard. So because it's 2012, somehow, magically, women's wombs and cervixes and vaginas do not work. Vaginas have ceased to work in 2012, and all babies have to be cut out. That's bullshit. And anybody who's falling for that and believing that, in your heart of hearts, that you are allowing yourself to be bullshitted because you're scared. You're scared of the experience. Sisters, women, you are terrified of being your full self. This is part of the reason that you're allowing babies to be cut out of you when you know they don't need to be. It's because you are terrified of embracing your full self. Because you know it's not popular. It's not what you're seeing in popular media. You will have to drop some friends, and you will be expected to rise to the occasion. Yes, when you are at home and you are pushing somebody out of your body, you damn sure finna rise to the occasion. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. But after you've risen to the occasion, you will never be able to go back down any lower than that again. You will go up, and your life will sustain you. People are saying that birth is a rite of passage. That's not even a term that you can use for birth. Birth is the all. Birth is it. This is how life continues. This is what the Mother Goddess is doing every minute, every second, every hour to keep the wombniverse spinning. She's birthing constantly. This is it. Don't give up your sexual experience. Don't fling it like that, like it's unimportant. Don't give up your conception experience. When you are in a blissful, ecstatic, loving embrace, you will know that you have conceived. Don't give that up. Don't sell yourself cheap. Don't sell your power cheap. You will know that you have conceived, and you'll be able to embrace that conception from the first second, thereby sending all of this loving energy into that baby. All of this, I can't wait for you to be born energy into that baby, and receiving all of that energy back from that baby. I'm so happy to be in your womb. I'm so happy that you're my mommy. Because you get that too. Own your conception. Enjoy being pregnant. It is beautiful to be pregnant. It is magnificent. Enjoy how you blossom. Don't let anybody tell you that that's not beautiful and that that's not sexy and that that's not alluring. How can it not be sexy? That's another thing that's just ignorant. How can the state of being that is caused through an ecstatically blissful sexual act not be sexy? That's bullshit. Don't believe that either. Don't tell yourself that. You are at your most gorgeous usually when you are pregnant. Yes, you are. Everything that happens is just so pretty. It is. Embrace your conception. Own your conception. Own the power of growing a person inside yourself. Own it. Is it difficult? It's difficult. You've never been that heavy. You've never had to walk carrying that much weight. You've never had to sit or sleep or eat or do whatever you do carrying that much weight. Yes, it's difficult, but oh my goodness, it's the most rewarding thing. Own it. And when it comes time to bring that child into the world, own your birth. Own it. That is how you become fully and totally charged. Own it. It's yours. There's nothing wrong with your body. Your body knows how to do this. Your body, as my midwife, Heather Wilson of Nashville, Tennessee, I will laud and magnify her name forever. She said to me, your body was made to do this. That's how she gets me through transition. Mommies know what I'm talking about. There's a point in labor when you are like, I can't do this. Somebody else gonna have to do this because I can't. And she gets me through it by saying, your body was made to do this. Surrender to your power. Women, you are big enough to fulfill your destiny. You are not too small to house your destiny. You are not too small to house it. Embrace it. Stop sitting in the corners and in the holes and the dark spaces of life, believing or pretending to believe that you're not worthy. Stop allowing anybody or anything to tell you that you are not worthy. If there's a television show that makes you feel unworthy, stop watching it. If there's a song that makes you feel unworthy, stop listening to it. If there's a book, if there is a religious doctrine that teaches you that you are unworthy, stop giving your ashe to it. If there is a relationship that you are in that makes you feel like you are not the divine creatress of the universe, stop being in the relationship. The power is yours. The power is yours. Look at everything. Everything rests on your power. Everything. Take it. It's yours. It belongs to you. And use it to build your empire. The empire that you knew you were going to build from the time you knew that you were you. I can remember the day that I realized I was a separate being from my mother. I was 2, and I was running up and down my grandmother's hallway talking about bacon because she was frying some bacon. I am from the deep south. I'm sorry. I did grow up eating the filthy swine. And I was saying, back 'em, back 'em, back 'em, because that's what I used to call bacon. And that's my earliest memory. Because prior to that, I didn't feel myself to be a separate being from my mother. But at that moment, my mother wasn't there, and I was there with my grandmother. And I remember feeling myself come into my body and being like, wow, and having to stop for a minute in my singing of Backham. From that moment, I've known my purpose. And you have known yours too. Embrace it. It's still yours. And you still have the power to fulfill it. And not only that, you are still responsible for fulfilling it. It is still your duty to fulfill it. That responsibility has not been lifted from you because you've been through some things in life. What did we just say? No pain, no gain. Big pain, big gain. Going through some things does not make you unworthy. It makes you more worthy because you've made it through and you still here. You still standing. You still talking. You still moving. You still shaking. You still doing it. That doesn't make you unworthy. Don't let anyone believe that it makes you unworthy. Own your sexuality. Own your conception. Own your birth. And once your baby gets here, own your mothering. Nobody else can tell you how to do it. You know what is best for the people that you have pushed out of your body. Who the hell else would know? You're going to let somebody in a book tell you to let your baby cry when every cry that that baby has wrenches at your heart? You're going to let somebody else say, well, I don't think you should still be nursing that baby. When every time your baby asks to nurse, you want to nurse the baby? Own your mothering. When you own your mothering, you truly bond with your children and you create your immortality. You create your empire. I can grow an empire from my own body. And that empire is going to be integrally connected to me forever. Our ancestors said, Titi lae lae, forever and ever, without end. Own this. As a woman, you automatically feel your goddessness. Stop pushing that to the back. Stop suppressing that. Allow that to open up and flourish. If you need to change your circle of friends, change them. If you need to change what you read, what you watch, what you listen to, what you wear, how you wear your hair, change it. Whatever it's going to take for you to rise is what you need to do. That is my long spiel actually for tonight. I didn't know it would take me this long to say what I have to say. But that's for my sisters. My heart aches for you. When I hear a woman say that she has 3 children and she's never pushed anybody out of her vagina, I want to weep. I've had a cesarean, and I had 2 babies vaginally after the cesarean. So I understand somebody taking your birth experience from you. And you feeling bereft after that because you didn't have the experience. So this video is my part to call out to those who need to be called out to, because you have to start from the beginning. You can't just tell a woman once she's pregnant, have natural birth. You have to start from the beginning. That starts from a place that's deeper from once you're already pregnant, deeper than once you're already pregnant. So that's why I said begin with owning your sexuality, and then you can move forward to owning your birth. Begin with embracing your womanhood and all of the power that is inherent with that. Everything that comes with that. Everything that we feel when our mothers walk into the room. That's how powerful motherhood is. The way that your mama makes you feel, that's how powerful it is. That sense of reverence but adoration, that's how powerful it is. We have to start with understanding what we are as creatures and then move forward from that understanding. Sisters, do better. Quit playing with yourself. Quit playing with your life. It's not a joke. It's not a game. It's not a pretense. Once you have deprived your children of certain very necessary elements of development and growth, you're going to be playing catch up for years to come. So don't do it on the front end. You want to wonder why our communities look the way they do, why our children act the way they do, why our families exist or don't in the way that they do? Because we are not being allowed to have a fully human experience from the very beginning. We're not having fully human sexual experiences. Therefore, we're not having fully human conceptions. We are having machine births, and then we're raising our children as though they are machines. So you cannot be expected to act humanely if you are not living a human experience. Take it back, women. Take it back. Quit allowing someone to take it from you, and damn sure quit giving it over to people. And I'm finna give you the bottom line and I'm gonna be done. Ain't no man gonna love you no more because you decide to have sex with him when you didn't want to. He's not. It don't feel as good to him either when it's some experience that you don't want to have. Ain't no man gonna love you more because you conceive or abort a child that he put in your body. Neither one of those is gonna make him love you more. Ain't no man gonna love you more because you decide not to have a natural birth because he didn't want to do it. That's not gonna happen. Ain't no man gonna love you more because you stopped nursing the baby because he's decided that he wants his breast back. Okay? I know what the bottom line is. And I'm here to tell you that none of that works. Tried it all. None of that works. A person can only truly love your authentic self. If you are being inauthentic, there's no way that anyone can love you at all. So he definitely cannot love you more the less authentic you are. Do not be in a relationship with anyone who requires your oppression. If your oppression is bringing them happiness, then you don't want to be with that person. Because they're only going to require more and more oppression from you as time goes by. It will not ever become less and less. Okay, I'm done. Told myself I wasn't going to do any more videos this long. But I love my sisters. I love my fellow womb bearers on Earth Mother. I love the womb of Earth Mother on Nile herself. And if I don't speak for her, if I don't speak for me, if I don't speak for my own daughters and my granddaughters yet to be born and my great-granddaughters on down the line yet to be born, who is going to speak for them? If I sit somewhere in a corner and remain silent, who am I expecting to speak for them? All right, y'all. I'm out.